Hey everybody, welcome back to the A to Jump podcast. I am your host Jake, aka Gooba of the YouTube channel Gooba and Jetpack, and as always, I am joined by my partner in crime, my good buddy in real life and online, Justin of Justin Games. Justin, how are we doing,
Hello.
buddy?
I am okay. I
Yeah?
am currently sitting in a chair that will slowly sink throughout this podcast. So if you see my head get a little
Just
lower,
gonna be
that's fine.
gradually getting shorter.
I will. Yep. And it'll be random and it'll happen in like 10 seconds too. So it should be fun.
I'm just waiting for like a drop out of
It'll
nowhere.
happen. It hasn't happened yet, and I'm surprised. So we'll see what happens.
Well, it has been a minute. I don't remember the last time that we recorded.
I think it was right after Monster Hunter came out. Yeah, so our last episode, I think we talked about Monster Hunter. I meant to go back and watch a little bit, and I think we talked about Assassin's Creed, uh, and I think we got like the Switch 2 announcement. I think the Switch 2 announcement was
Hmm.
like the day before we recorded.
Yeah, I really don't remember much of what we talked about. I was
Me
looking
neither.
for like we usually have the document with like a kind of
Yeah,
an outline. I was looking for
couldn't
that, and
find it.
this last episode was the only one I didn't have one for. So
That's strange. Where did it go?
I don't know. I don't know if I deleted it or something, but I had one for episode 28, but not for
Yep, I
29.
see 28.
And this is episode 30, by the way, if I didn't say that at the beginning.
Yes, episode 30.
Hmm.
Yeah, 29 is mysteriously missing. That's
Yeah.
quite strange.
Okay.
But that's okay, Jake. We don't need to worry about last time. We have plenty of stuff to talk about
Yeah.
right now.
Let's live in the here and
Uh,
now.
let's live here and now. Um, let's see. Jake has been playing. Oh man, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4.
Yes, sir.
Reading through this list now. I haven't seen it before. Rocket League,
Hmm.
bringing back a classic.
Yeah.
A couple others. I've been playing, of course, Monster Hunter. I am very early on in Expedition 33. So get some thoughts on that and a few
Hmm.
others as well. Gamescom was what, last night, 2 nights ago?
At time of recording, it was 2 days ago, I think.
2 days ago.
Hmm.
I didn't watch it, so I hope you did.
I did. I watched the
Okay,
whole
good.
thing.
Awesome. And a bunch of other little um, nerdy news bits
Hmm.
that we'll touch on, as well as some exciting games that I'm looking forward to. There's been a lot of announcements, obviously, because we haven't talked about Summer Game Fest or anything like that. So there's a bunch of JRPG announcements and other indie games that I thought were really cool. So if
Hmm.
there's time, we'll go through all those.
Yeah.
But Jake, tell me all about Tony Hawk.
So, Tony Hawk is a professional skateboarder who gained prominence
Okay.
in the late 90s. No.
Okay. Let you scroll through his Wikipedia page.
Yeah. No. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater is a massive part of my childhood. I don't know how much I've talked about it on here, but I have been I grew up being a huge fan of that series. I played basically all of them up until like the very last few. Um,
Mhm.
but I still have very fond memories of that. I always wanted to be a skater, but I never had
We
the
all did, Jake.
skill for it, and
We
I
all
was
did.
also too scared of getting hurt. So, like,
Mhm.
I don't think I ever landed a substantial trick of any kind. But I still love skateboarding. And the a couple years ago, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 came out, which was a remake of the first two games, which was fantastic. I still think that was such a great game. So naturally, when they announced 3 and 4 was getting a remake, I was going to play it day one, and sure enough, it was awesome. I've played through both games now. I'm sort of working my way through, like, once you beat like all of the challenges on the base game, Then you unlock the pro challenges, so you can go back and like there's harder things to complete at each level. Um, so I'm working my way through that right now. It's a game that I very much would like to platinum. But after looking at what it actually entails to platinum it, I will never platinum those games.
Really? Got
Yeah.
some tough ones in there?
Not tough. Well, there's definitely tough, but like probably the part of it that turns me away the most is you have to play like I think it's one trophy, but you have to complete the full game, like unlock every challenge with every skater for the entire like every level.
Okay.
So
How many skaters are there?
there's like 30. Like
Oh my god.
yeah,
Okay.
like all of the pro skaters, like you have to go through all level. I think there's like 9 levels on each game. So 18 levels with like 30 different players and you have to get every single achievement. And I just am not going to do that like
That seems like something that would take like a really long time to do. Like I could
it
see you in a few years being like, I've been chipping away every few months, just completing another campaign, and I finally got it. I
yeah.
can see that happening.
It's like I watched a video of someone who did it and they said it was over 100 hours to do the whole thing,
Okay,
which
might get a little monotonous
and that's
doing.
and that's what turns me away from it is like as much as I would love the platinum for those, like I feel
Mhm.
like that would be cool to have, especially with my history with Tony Hawk. I don't want to hate the game, and that's what would make me hate it.
Yeah,
I would
yep,
never
I
want
can
to go
see
back
that for
to it
sure.
after that. Um, but overall, the game's great. You know, they really, or it was really well, like they did a really good job recreating these levels, but making them a little bit more modern. It still kind of has the feel of the old Tony Hawk games. I do know that in the original Tony Hawk 4, um, they switched it up and it wasn't like so the normal setup for those games is each level is like an enclosed space and you have 2 minutes to go do all the different challenges. And in Tony Hawk 4, the original, they basically made it like somewhat of an open world, um, where
Okay,
rather than having the 2 minute limit in an area, you could kind of explore freely and then you could go from one level to another through like a tunnel system. It was basically like loading it in the background. Um,
sure.
with this one, they did away with that and they just made Tony Hawk 4 the same as the other ones with an enclosed area and a 2 minute timer, um, which I think a lot of people were kind of upset about. I didn't particularly care because the difference for me is, you know, just re- choosing your level in a menu rather than just going through a tunnel like that doesn't have anything interesting in it. It's literally just like a straight line to the next one.
Sure.
So there were some people who were upset about that. I didn't mind it. I still thought it was great. They added a couple new levels to these ones that weren't in the original games, and I think those
Cool.
were super fun. I think they designed those really well. Um, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Like they added a bunch of like more modern music to it and stuff like that, which has been really cool. There's like they're adding some like younger skaters like that obviously weren't around at the time, which I'm sure
Right.
that's cool for them. Like those people probably grew up playing the games and now they get to be in.
Have you heard of any of those people?
I have, yeah.
Oh, the
I
new guys? Okay.
Yeah, I don't watch like the X Games or anything like that, but
Hmm.
occasionally I'll fall down a rabbit hole on YouTube of like this skater pulled off this crazy trick, like, and so I'll kind of fall into those videos and like see um, what some people are up to. I wouldn't call myself an expert by any means, but
Yeah, you're not an enthusiast,
yeah.
but you keep up
Hmm.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool.
But overall, it's been great. I'm taking a little bit of a break on it right now just because I did have gone through the whole thing and I didn't want to like jump right back into the pro goals just because of that reason. I don't want to come out like being tired of this game. So
Yeah,
I
of
kind of want to
course.
like take a break, play some other things, and then hopefully come back to it and, fully enjoy going for all of these other challenges.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm. But do we want to go back and forth on?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
sure. Sounds good. Um, so Monster Hunter
Hmm.
Wilds. It's been interesting. Um, so I have, I think, very close to 300 hours
Oh man.
in into Monster Hunter Wilds.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm really enjoying it. Um, the community, though, I don't think is
Oh really?
as much. I've deleted most of my socials, so I'm just kind of getting a lot of secondhand
Hmm.
information that I get from like my favorite streamers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, difficulty is a big thing
Hmm.
for this one. Um, Monster Hunter World that came out in 2018, notoriously pretty difficult.
Yeah.
And I think that attracted a lot of uh, Soulsborne players
Hmm.
that enjoy that difficult grind and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that I think a lot of that community came to Monster Hunter, and now Monster Hunter Wilds is out, and especially the story, like low rank, a total breeze. I
Hmm.
mean, a baby could get through
Yeah.
it. Which I 100% think is on purpose
Hmm.
by the developers. I think they want to bring new people in. They want people to get sucked into their systems, and it is a notoriously difficult game systems wise, not just like combat wise.
Hmm.
But there's a lot of little things that I've never seen any other game do. So I think it's low rank really proves is like a good introduction to the Monster Hunter genre.
Hmm.
But even past that, I mean, once you start getting fully upgraded weapons and really high uh, armor, fights are going to be a breeze. I mean, you can take monsters down in less than 10 minutes.
Hmm.
Definitely less than 15 for someone like me who's not amazing at the game. Um, but, and drop rates have been an issue because you go out hunt the monster, it gives you monster parts, and you take those parts back and build weapons and armor with it.
Hmm.
Usually, you might have to fight the monster 4, 6, 8 times to get all the parts you need.
Hmm.
And Monster Hunter Wilds, I mean, you're talking 2, maybe 3,
Yeah.
and you can build your whole armor set and get your new weapon, which again I think is on purpose. I mean, obviously it's on purpose,
Hmm.
but I don't know. They really took the grind out of this game, and I think it's bothering a lot of the enthusiasts. I personally don't have any problem with it. I think what I'm coming to is like with the events, when the events come out, and what are the festivals.
Hmm.
You get like 4 or 5 event quests. You get a new armor set and this and that, craftable armor set, and it takes me 2 or 3 hours to get everything.
Hmm.
And now I'm kind of stuck. I've got nothing to do in the game.
Yeah.
I can keep grinding. I can get my grinding numbers up, but that really doesn't. It's nothing tangible, you know. So I don't hate that because I have an enormous backlog of games to
Yeah.
get through. So I don't really have much of a problem where if I can play Monster Hunter for a week during the summer festival, I get all the stuff and I'm done. And
Hmm.
I haven't had to go back. There's been nothing else to do and I can play Persona 3 or Expedition 33.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot in the community. I don't know. They're not really happy with that.
Hmm.
To kind of quell that, is that a
I
word?
think that
I
I
don't
think
think so. To
that's
kind
the right
of
term.
to help make up for those people
Hmm.
that were upset by the difficulty. Monster Hunter is made by Capcom, and Capcom notoriously listens to feedback, and they hear every complaint that the game is too easy.
Hmm.
So in Title Update 2, they added two monsters, Lagiacrus and Seregios.
Hmm.
Um, and holy smokes, were those hard. Now, those took forever. Now, new in Monster Hunter Wilds, you have a hunting log, which was in the old games, but this one kind of functions as like a wiki. You
Hmm.
used to have to like go online to find drop rates and for certain monster parts, but in this game, it shows you. Normally, drop rates for like the rarest monster part from the hardest monster is like 8%. But when it came to Seregios and Lagiacrus, they were 1%.
Okay.
So some people were fighting the same monster for 7 hours
Oh
and
my
not
god.
getting the part they need. And some people loving it, equal amount of people not loving it. So I mean, there's gonna be, no matter what they do, people aren't gonna be happy.
Hmm.
So it's me personally, I don't care. I'll have fun trying to fight the same monster for a week to get one one part. But those taught me because earlier in the game, I was getting so many monster parts and they're so easy. I was making both the like the masculine and the feminine um, armor
Hmm.
because they look different.
Hmm.
But with these new monsters, nope.
Nope.
We're just making the feminine one for my character,
Yep.
and we're calling it good.
Yeah.
And I'm only getting one weapon because I would try to go make like the hammer, the longsword, the switch axe,
Hmm.
this and that. But nope, we're just sticking with the hammer for these guys.
Hmm.
We're good.
Yep.
So there's plenty of grinding that you can do, which Monster Hunter has always been a very grindy game.
Hmm.
So I'm not too upset about it. If you're out there and you're upset about it, I hope it gets better for you. But it's a lot of fun, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
They've just added even another grindy system that I haven't tried yet. Where they added a new difficulty of monsters, same monsters, but I'm guessing just more health.
Hmm.
They might have some new moves, but you get talismans at the end, which could give you new armor skills, and you can kind of even customize your build a little bit more. Um, so that's cool. They just keep adding stuff, and people there seems to be more people that are upset that they didn't just release it all at once, and they've been gradually adding on
Hmm.
as they go. But again, that's what Monster Hunter always does. I mean, that's their whatever their business model.
Hmm.
I mean, the World did the same. Rise did the same. It's just the way Monster Hunter is, and I can't see them changing that. I wouldn't want them to change that.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people's problems come from World has been out since 2018. Its expansion Iceborne has been out since um, 2020, 2019, I think.
Hmm.
So completed game, you can put thousands of hours into that. Monster Hunter Rise came out in 2020, I believe, and its expansion Sunbreak came out in 2021. So that's a completed game.
Hmm.
And now those people that were playing all of those nonstop are coming to Wilds and not being able to have all the content.
Yeah.
So I think it's coming to that. That's what's the big problem with Monster Hunter is. But I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I don't really care. They've done nothing that upsets me by it any means. So
Hmm.
I think it's fun, and I like the festivals and the fun armors they give and the silly stickers that you can put in like the chat and stuff,
Hmm.
and the emotes. There's like a new guitar emo, like they partnered with Fender
Okay.
to make a guitar emote
Hmm.
where your character can just shred on the guitar.
Nice.
So there's just so many little cute things that I just enjoy it.
Hmm.
It's stuff like that. I'm on board. But yeah, Monster Hunter is fun. Everyone should play it. It's this one. This is a good one to get into because it's very easy.
Yeah.
But just be aware that it won't always be easy.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I feel like I say this for every game that you talk about. Maybe I'll try it someday.
Maybe someday.
Yeah.
It's hard, man, because it's like $70, and what if I don't like it? That sucks.
That's
Don't
been
blame you for not wanting to try it.
Yeah, like there's so many games that come out that like on the surface they look like they'd be good. Some people even tell me like you will love this. This will be right up your alley.
Yeah.
But it's $70 now. Sometimes more than that. Like
Yeah, it's too hard to just try games.
yeah. With that said, I did just pre-order the Expedition 33 Collector's Edition, which is $70.
We'll get into my thoughts on that when I start talking about it.
Yeah. I, that's just, me, my game collector brain overtaking my actual player brain.
Yeah, because when you told us that in our group chat, you're like, I just pre-ordered the collector's edition. Jake, you don't even know if you're gonna like it.
I mean, from everything I've heard about the game, I think I'm gonna like, at the very least, I think I'm gonna like the story. I think I'm gonna like the exploration. And if I can figure out the combat, hopefully the story will be interesting enough to push me through that part.
Yeah. It had an easy mode, so
Perfect.
if you needed to, just throw it in that and let her rip.
Yeah. But is that all your thoughts on Monster Hunter?
Yep.
Okay.
Continue.
So the other games I've been playing, I've just kind of been dabbling in some other things. Tony Hawk really was the main one that I've been playing lately. But over the past week, I started looking through my trophy list on PlayStation and realized that there was a few games that I was like, I was way closer to platinuming these than I thought I was. And one of those was Rocket League.
Okay.
Now, for those of you who don't know, Rocket League is basically like soccer, but with cars that have like rocket boosters on them and stuff.
Yeah, like little RC cars.
Yeah, and it's a super fun game. I think it was free on PlayStation Plus like 10 years ago or something. I've had it.
Probably why I have it. Yeah.
I've had it since early PS4 days, I remember. And
yeah, me too.
I used to play it a ton. Like me and a couple of our friends would get on and play it, pretty regularly. Like we'd get on almost every night and we'd play either that or Call of Duty. And a lot of the time it ended up being Rocket League because Call of Duty kind of sucks sometimes. But I went just out of curiosity, I went and looked at the trophy list and I was 3 trophies away from getting the platinum in the base game. Like they have a ton of updates that all have their own trophies and stuff, but on the base game where the platinum is, I needed 3 trophies. So, and all I had to do was go through and win. I had to play one game with like a different car that I had never used before. So I did that, super easy. And then I had to complete an offline season. So just playing against bots.
Right.
Which I didn't realize this, but I apparently had already started a season at some point along the way. And I was already like, it's like 27 games or something. But I was already on game like 16 or 17 or something. So I was like, all right, why not?
I'll pound through that, no problem.
Yeah. But that was a lot of fun. It was just a, super casual. Like I think I started playing it uh like 2 or 3 days ago, and just play like a couple hours a day, and then I got the platinum yesterday. Like,
Oh, nice platinum.
yeah. I don't even
We
remember
need
how
a
many I have now.
we need like a emote that goes over the screen when we talk about getting a platinum.
Okay. Side note, I
Side note.
when I was making my Astrobot video, I think
Mhm.
earlier this year, whenever I did that, I was looking forever to find the actual like animation that happens when you get a platinum trophy. Like,
Okay.
because I wanted to put it in the video. And
Yeah.
I looked all over the internet, and it like does not exist. Like, I
The
even
little
tried,
swirlies, the
yeah, where it'll like
swoopy
swirl
animation.
up and like build the
Yeah.
trophy. I could not
Mhm.
find, like, there was a
You just
few,
couldn't find a GIF of it or anything.
yeah, like there was a
Weird.
few people who had like screen recording of when they got a platinum,
Yeah.
but it was never like, it was always just still up in the corner. It was never zoomed in, and there was no like high quality version of it. And
Okay.
I was so frustrated because that's all I wanted was like
Yeah.
a zoomed in decent quality gif of the like it building the trophy.
GIF, but
It
okay.
is gif. I'm not
Yeah.
arguing with you on this. Uh, but I couldn't find it, and it's still, to this, as far as I know, still doesn't exist. So just the frustrations
That's
of video editing.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough about it. You could like, I don't know, could you make like a knockoff version of it in
I
Canva or something?
You'd have, that is something I think you'd have to make in uh like Adobe
Yeah,
Illustrator or something like that. Like, you'd have to
something
build it
fancy.
from scratch, and I think that's like,
Your
that's just
sister's a graphic designer, isn't she? Can't she do that?
something like that. I don't really know exactly. I don't know if
Okay,
it's
well, just show her.
we'll give it a shot.
Be like, hey, this, please.
Can you just like, your husband's a gamer. He probably knows what a platinum is. Just
Yeah, yeah,
ask
he can do
him,
this.
and then make that.
Make, please.
No, but I got the platinum for Rocket League, something that I apparently have been very close to for a long time,
For probably a
for probably
decade.
several years now.
Yeah,
So knocked that out. Felt good about that.
cool.
And yeah, it's got me like remembering how much fun I had with that game. Part of it was always like I would play with friends.
Yeah,
Uh, so that was always fun, just getting like, we would never play like ranked or anything. We would always just do like
just
casual online, but it was fun. It makes me
uh,
want to like, probably won't play it like super regularly, but it reminds me, like that's a fun game I can go back to if I just want to turn my brain off and just have a good time.
definitely. I played it, I don't know, maybe a year or longer ago, uh, with my daughter,
Hmm.
and we did like the duos and stuff,
Yeah.
and it unlocked a competitive side in her that I didn't know she had. So we don't play it
It'll
anymore.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah, we learned a little bit about humility,
Hmm.
and saying good game, not rage quitting when you're losing by a bit.
Yeah. That'll,
But yeah,
that'll
we had
happen
to put a
too.
pause. We had to put a pause on.
She unlocked her gamer rage. It's like,
She did, and I was like, wow, I never seen you this aggressive. um. Okay, well, I'll move on to my next game,
mhm.
which is Animal Crossing: New Horizons. I'm sure everybody knows about this game, but it came out in 2020, and I bought it day one. I remember,
Mhm.
and played the crap out of it. Then built a pretty nice 5-star island, and maybe I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, my daughter and I decided we wanted to start a new island.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we really didn't take it super serious and kind of let it go away. But then I got some like stuff on like a random YouTube video popped up on my feed of just uh, building a fancy island.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you know what? I would love just to start real fresh, brand new island, and um, make an island. Like I had a couple ideas of how to start. I'm like, oh, this would be really cool if I built a little neighborhood like this. I'm like, I'm starting a new island, and so brand new island. Um, I've been playing it a lot,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's much easier when you know the process, like how to get your 3-star island. I
Mm-hmm.
think when I first played it, my very first island, it was a lot of just walking around doing nothing,
Yeah.
just getting wood and catching bugs and fish, not really knowing what to do.
Mm-hmm.
But watching like a bunch of YouTube videos, it's pretty easy, to follow steps and get to that 3-star island and get the pathing unlocked and the terraforming.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been really fun. I've been playing it a lot at work now that I'm back on night shift
Mm-hmm.
and I don't see anybody for 12 hours.
Yeah.
So somebody stop me. But yeah, it's a good time killer. And I built I really wanted like a city neighborhood
Mm-hmm.
area, kind of by resident services. So I wanted like the Able Sisters and Nook's Cranny kind of mixed in with the houses,
Mm-hmm.
like kind of like you're walking down a city street and like, oh, this is a home, but oh, here's a shop,
Yeah.
here's another home, stuff like that. And then I wanted like a central park area,
Mm-hmm.
like in between those streets. So I built that, and it's really really pretty with like some water fixtures and some terraforming in there, and a nice little pond and a bunch of seating areas. So that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I don't know, it's so satisfying when you have an idea for your for your island and you get it all set up and you can decorate it. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
it's so much fun. So I'm working on my forest neighborhood now. I got to build a farm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't time travel,
Yeah.
and I have nothing against people who do.
Mm-hmm.
It feels yucky to me. I feel like I'm doing it wrong.
I don't have anything
I,
against you if you do it, but you're disgusting.
yeah, I'm absolutely disgusted by it. It just feels it feels naughty.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like the Animal Crossing gods are gonna smite me. And so every single day I've been like moving my houses around. I build a bridge or an incline, and that's just what I do. And I come back tomorrow or the next day and keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried time traveling once, and I didn't like it, so I just put it right back. And I screwed some things up
Mm-hmm.
because it was like, I think I time traveled to get Nook's Cranny built or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And timing got messed up.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went right back. I'm like, oh no, I messed it up. But yeah, it's so much fun. I say I want to go for perfection, which is getting all the stamps on the cards,
Mm-hmm.
which would be a heck of a feat.
That would be a
But
grind.
yes, it would be. I think like let's see, the hardest one right now that I'm trying to do is you have to catch 100 fish in a row without missing.
Oh my god, dude.
That's very hard.
Yeah.
I think, and there's no way to really keep track. It only keeps track of your highest.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got to 84,
Okay.
and I missed one.
Oh no.
So starting over, it's just got to be one of those things you can't pay any attention to and just happen by
Mm-hmm.
accident. So
Yeah.
we'll just keep grinding on that. The stock market one, buying the turnips, you have to make like, to get all 5 stamps, you have to get like $2 million of profit or bells of profit
Mhm.
using the stock market. That's tough because I forget to check the turnip prices all the time. Or if you don't log in on one Sunday and you miss Daisy selling turnips at all. Um, but yeah, it's fun. It's just a good little time waster.
Yeah.
It's cute. I like to find new villagers and stuff like that.
Yeah. That weird. It makes me so nostalgic for, weirdly enough, for like the first few months of COVID because
Yeah, it did.
like
Yeah,
I had never played an Animal Crossing game before.
me
Um,
neither. Yeah, me neither.
and but Jetpack was really excited about it. So she got it. I kind of watched her play it a little bit, and she was like, "You should
Mhm.
give it a try." I was like, "Yeah, okay." Like we're all stuck at home, so might as
Yeah,
well like lose myself in this game. And boy, did I! Like I just think back so fondly to those first few, like probably the first like year or so of Animal
yeah,
Crossing, because I legitimately every single day I was excited to get back in and like, you know,
yeah,
see what was new in the shop and see like, see what the weather was going to be like, because I knew that was going to affect like what type of fish I could catch. And like I loved
yeah,
catching the fish and bugs and like filling up my museum. Um I remember when the stock market was added to it, and like me, Jetpack, her brother and sister, we had like a group chat where every day we would see like what our turnip prices were,
yes,
so
of
that we could
course.
like go to each other's islands and like get the biggest profit off of it.
Hmm.
Um, so that was a lot of fun. I also remember, kind of like you said, how you'll get an idea for your island and like just it's super exciting putting it together.
It is.
And
It's so fun decorating it and stuff.
I remember like I had goals for my house that I wanted to do, like which I have achieved pretty much all of it now. Like I wanted to
Yeah.
build like a gaming room in my house, which I have,
Yep.
with like, you know, all the stuff I wanted. I built in the basement, is like a music room, and it's got literally every instrument I could find. Um,
Yes.
and like I got, like the different like dog plushies that you can get, like all the
Yeah.
different colors and stuff. I put
Uh-huh.
all of those in front of an instrument. So there's a
Oh, so
band of
they were the
dogs in my
band.
basement. Um,
Awesome.
uh, what else? I built a bar in in town. Um,
Perfect.
and back then was also like the start of our YouTube channel. I remember we made a couple like shorts in
I
Animal
remember those.
Crossing, just like, and that was always fun too, because we'd like get together, me and Jetpack, and we'd talk about like, what we wanted it to look like, and we'd kind of build almost like a set of like whatever we were thinking on one of our islands. And yeah, that, like, I don't know how many hours I have in that game, but it's just like, so I haven't been back in probably like 6 months or something like that, but it is very fun just to think of like all the stuff that we used to do. And I think if there was a new Animal Crossing, which may hopefully there will be for Switch
Might
2,
be soon.
like at
Yeah,
some
might be
point,
soon.
I think we would fully dive back into that one.
Oh, 100% I would too.
Hmm.
Um, so you've played in like the last year then? You said 6 months.
Yeah, not really. Like I wouldn't even really call it playing. Like I
Just
went,
checked in.
checked on my island, went and said hi to all my neighbors, which I know that I have like one or two sort of rare
Yeah.
villagers on my island. So I'll go check every now and then. It's like, just don't leave. Like,
Yeah, you you have to
yeah,
stay
everybody.
forever.
I have
Even
like
though I
my
don't.
favorites that I'll go and talk to, and then my others that are
Yep.
like, oh, you're moving out. Darn. Like,
Darn. See ya.
but
Yeah. So uh there was the 2.0 update, I don't know, more than a year ago, and I hadn't played since that update, which added Happy Home Paradise. That's
Yeah.
paid DLC, but there's so much new stuff
Hmm.
that was completely free. Uh, the cafe in the museum, um, you can get that for free.
Hmm.
Um, Traveling to the islands where instead of using the Nook Miles ticket, there's a little turtle that chills on a boat on your pier,
Hmm.
and you can go to him, and it's only 1,000 Nook Miles,
Hmm.
and he'll take you to a random island. That I thought all that stuff was paid DLC, but no, it's all free.
Hmm.
There's cooking now. I didn't know there was cooking.
Yep.
There's you can put like permanent ladders on cliffs now. Didn't know that, so you
Hmm.
don't have to carry around your ladder all the time. So much new stuff. I'm like, man, this is like a brand new game to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been fun just kind of discover that stuff too.
Yeah. Maybe maybe I'll jump back in it this week or something. Like,
We got to visit each other's island because that's part of the stamps.
oh, okay.
I have to visit you 10 times. You have to visit me 10 times,
Okay.
and that will be good.
All right. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, sweet. And turnip prices, of course,
Obviously.
obviously.
I'm not looking forward to going back and killing all of the cockroaches in my house cuz
Oh yeah, you have to go step on them.
and there's always I have so much stuff in my house, so it's like I'm I
Trying to
have to go through every
navigate.
room like 10 times to try and find that one that's just like
Right.
keeps eluding me.
Something I didn't know. I don't know if it's new, but your villagers can get fleas.
Really?
Yeah.
I had never heard of that.
Me neither. I was kind of scrolling through, like whatever they're called, like the stamp sticker thingies.
Yeah.
And there's like, one was, yeah, your villagers will say they're itchy, so you just hit them with a net and you'll catch a flea. That's gross. God damn it.
I don't
Like,
I
why
don't
add
think I've
that? It's
ever
so
seen
weird.
that.
Me
Like,
neither. I hadn't seen it. Maybe it might have been added in the 2.0 one. I don't know.
wow. Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, that's all I've got on Animal Crossing. If you want to do your last game.
Yeah, so the other game I've been playing, as I said, I've just kind of been dabbling in various games, kind of trophy hunting and stuff. And the one that I tried when it first came out, and I just have had a really hard time with, but I'm really trying to get through, is God of War Ragnarok Valhalla, which is the
Okay.
roguelike DLC for God of War, which
Mm-hmm.
obviously, you know, it goes without saying at this point is I love the recent God of War games. That Ragnarok was my game of the year that year. But have never been good at roguelike anything. Like
Sure.
it frustrates me to no end to like get, an hour into a playthrough and then die and have to start completely over. Like,
Yeah, I've never really liked that model either.
but I know, like, one, selfishly, there's trophies attached to it, so I'm
Of
like,
course. Yes, of course.
I want that.
Give
Right now,
give
it
me
says like
trophy.
91% on Ragnarok.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want the 100% on there.
Of course.
But like, also, I know that there are story aspects to it, so like,
Yeah.
I want to see and apparently it's like it gets pretty good. Like, it talks about, how Kratos has grown over like these years since he left Greece, and got into like the Norse mythology, and so I want to learn what's going on with that. But I knew I could not get through that, like, or it would take me forever to get through the whole thing on like normal difficulty or above. So I
Mhm.
just started a new one, put it on easy, and I've just been going
Hell
through
yes.
that way. It's still it gets still kind of tough at times. Like,
Yeah.
they'll give you sections where, like, you have to, the first level, like, I think they call it the lower realms of Valhalla, but the first like section is you just walk into a room. There'll be a random type of enemy in there. There's usually like, 3 or 4 of them. You just have to kill them, and then you get a chest with like some sort of upgrade or like a special attack or something. And then you get into the sanctuary area where you can buy more upgrades, and then you can choose a door based on the type of reward that is on the other side. Um, and the if you choose all of the different doors, then you unlock a mastery, which is basically just like an achievement. But once you get into the second level, you have to beat a certain amount of Valhalla's Chosen, which is like a higher level enemy. You have to do it within a certain time. You have a timer on the screen that starts off green, but if the green part of it runs out, it goes to yellow, and the level of the enemies you're facing increases. So it becomes more difficult the longer you take to beat this certain amount of enemies.
Makes sense.
Which on this playthrough, I've never gotten past yellow. I've always beaten everybody in within that time, but I do remember playing through that when I was still playing on a higher difficulty and getting into the red on those, and it was tough. Like I think that's what probably pushed me away from finishing it back then when it came out, is because I knew I was not going to be able to beat them on that difficulty, and you can't switch mid-run. You have to start completely over if you change the difficulty.
Makes sense.
But I've been making my way through that. I think I'm on one of the last chapters of the story aspect of it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with that, and then I can go back and play it as many times as I want. Obviously, I don't know how much I will, but yeah, I'm interested to see where that goes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I like the roguelite model for this game and for like the one for The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a little treat, a little game mode.
Yeah.
Just fun. Just go have fun.
Yeah.
And it's an excuse to play that game, but not have to like worry about story stuff. Just play it however you want to play it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
And there, on that note, like there are definitely times where I want to go back and play these games, like especially The Last of Us, where I don't really want to start a new story, or like I don't remember where I am in a previous playthrough, and like there's certain, as much as I love those games, there's certain sections that I just don't really care to play again.
Sure.
But I want to get the feel of the gameplay, and those like No Return on Last of Us or Valhalla on God of War, like kind of they give me a taste of those games if I just want to go like mess around and use those abilities. But I'm not locked into like this specific order of the game or whatever. Which
I mean, like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has enough mini games, but like if my favorite game were just to add a little game mode where you can play a little bit differently, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I was always, because like when those two came out, I'm like, where's Horizon Forbidden West's roguelike?
Yeah.
Like that would be cool. Where's that? I'm like, oh, they got a story DLC. They had Burning Sands, which I never played.
Yeah.
Which is a crime. But so they all got their DLC, but Forbidden West was just a story one.
Yeah. Which that is something that I will always credit Santa Monica Studios for, as they made Valhalla a free DLC. With, which they could have just made it like a fun little side game mode and not added any story aspect to it, but they did. They added, like, there's cutscenes, there's full voice acting through the whole
Was
thing.
was No Return free?
Uh, No Return was on the Last of Us 2 remastered,
Okay.
which was a full $70 game. I think there might have been a upgrade if you had the PS4 version. Um,
Yeah, probably.
Naturally, I didn't do that, and I bought the collector's edition because it's Last of Us. Like,
As one does. Yes.
I need all of it.
Yeah.
But I think there was like a $10 upgrade path if you had that. I don't remember exactly.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
like, there's no story aspect to that, but it is still, it's an endless way to play that game. And I think that honestly,
It's
like, is that version of a roguelike, I think, is maybe even slightly more interesting than Valhalla, because even though Valhalla has a story aspect to it, like, there's not as much difference in the way you can play as there is in Last of Us, where you have like 10 different characters you can play as, and like the venue changes every time, and like you have different weapons that you can use. Like, I think there's a little bit more variety
yeah.
in
It's
Last of
a
Us.
it's a just a fun different way to play that game.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just, trying to keep going forward. You can just tackle things however you want.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on Valhalla?
Um, no, just it's been fun. I did kind of miss playing God of War, just because it's a game that I
Fun
really
game.
enjoyed and I haven't touched in a while. Um, I'm looking forward to seeing where the story goes with it. And there's rumors that Santa Monica is working on a new game. I don't know if it's God of War or if it's like a new IP, but
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Well, what's his name? The director of the first God of War,
Cory Barlog.
Cory Barlog.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't work on Ragnarok, right?
Yeah,
He's
or
been working on something else.
he was like a producer or something on it. He didn't
Okay,
write it,
yeah.
which I think is tradition for them. Like, they have a different director for like each one.
Oh, okay.
Because he was in the original series, he only directed, I think, God of War 2. Um, and then I think somebody else, maybe he was like, I think he's been there in some capacity for the whole thing, but he hadn't directed one completely until God of War 2018.
Gotcha.
But yeah, and I think he might be involved in whatever the new game they're working on is. So excited to
Yeah, I'm
see
sure he is.
whether it's God of War uh, or if they come out with something new.
I
They've
don't know.
definitely
You
made me a
think,
fan of them just with this last
yeah,
series.
Naughty Dog's doing something completely new.
Yeah,
So who knows?
yeah,
I'm guessing Gorilla, the studio that made Horizon. I'm sure they're just working on Horizon.
yeah.
I think that's been confirmed or at least rumored,
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Because
Um, but
I was just gonna say I haven't finished Forbidden West yet, but does it set up in some way for
oh yeah,
like
oh
a
yeah, oh
trilogy?
yeah, yeah. It's definitely a trilogy.
Okay.
Yep. Ah man, I hate that you haven't finished that
I
game.
I know, man. I think about it every time I walk in this room and I see the
Yeah, you're
tremor
awesome
tusk. Like,
trimmer tusk. Yeah, you don't even like the game.
I
I
do. I
want
just
that.
we have a whole episode talking about
Yep,
this.
we
Like,
do. Go watch that one.
yeah. It's a good game. I wish they did the dialogue differently. Uh, but I
Well,
do want to. I really want to get back into it, because I remember really enjoying the gameplay of both of those games.
Mm-hmm.
I think at the time I just got really overwhelmed with like all of the, it's a huge game. There's so much stuff to do. There's so much,
Mm-hmm.
like every character has like a massive dialogue tree. And I was just like, I want to care, but I just don't. Like, it let me get back to the fight. Like,
Disagree.
okay. Well,
Disagree. Dislike. No, I totally get that. Yeah, like I said, we talked extensively why God of War and Horizon seem so different, and like we kind of like drilled down. We should go back and listen to it. That was probably like 2 years ago.
yeah, that was
But we
one of our,
kind of drilled down to, yeah, one of our first.
yeah.
We drilled down to really figure out the core differences, and yeah, that was a fun episode.
Yeah. But
Horizon Forbidden West is awesome.
yeah.
God of War is smelly. Okay, moving on. I'll get through these two quick because I don't have a whole lot to say. I put a really big chunk into Persona 3 Reload
Mm-hmm.
over the summer, in between Monster Hunter events and stuff.
Yeah.
I got to like the 100-hour mark, and I'm not done yet. I've still got like a couple months left. I think I'm almost to Christmas. I think I'm like December 24th. Like it's Christmas Eve, and the game goes till the end of January, I think. So I've still got a ways to go. I'm right at a point where I need to grind out Tartarus, which is like the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a little daunting, and I don't really want to do it.
Yeah.
So I might be good on Persona 3. I know a lot of people, like Persona enthusiasts, have said Persona 3 is kind of the weakest of 3, 4, and 5, and I can see why. It's definitely a 2009 game.
Mm-hmm.
The original having come out in 2009. I understand. Okay, I understand that the main cast of Persona 3 are high school students, and boy do they act like it. I mean, they act like high school students. There's a part where they're excited to see a girl dressed up in a certain outfit that I'm assuming is supposed to be revealing, but it storms, so it gets canceled, and they have quite a conversation on how upset they are that they don't get to see this girl in this outfit. Like, okay, let's move this along now. The story is okay. I'm not super into it. I find myself kind of drifting and just kind of mashing through like most of it. And the fun part is the dialogue, is walking around the city and doing that. And I'm kind of not having fun doing that anymore. So I might be okay on Persona 3. I'm not out on trying Persona 5 or 4 Revival when that comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to. I might jump into Persona 5, see how different that is,
Mm-hmm.
and I know it's different, but hopefully I'll like the end game of that more. I put a little bit more time into Metaphor Fantasio too.
Mm-hmm.
I think about 50 total hours into there. I just got to the the beachy island area.
Mm-hmm.
So still a ways away from that, I think. But I did start Expedition 33. Now this is a funny story. How I came to purchase Expedition 33. We, as a family, were sitting on the couch, and a streamer that we like was going live. I got a notification on my phone. We don't have Twitch on my TV, so we got to watch it on my PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't find the remote, so I'm trying to find the remote. My daughter has my PlayStation controller, turns the PlayStation on, and in her impatience, as she's watching me tell the story, starts clicking buttons, as one does, fidgeting on the buttons.
Yeah.
We've all done it.
Mm-hmm.
But she does it while the PlayStation's already on. Somehow navigates her way to my wish list, purchases Expedition 33. And as I finally find the remote and get it switched to the right input, I hear the little chime that it makes. We know the chime, the little bling that I made. I'm like, did you just buy something? So I look on my purchases and I'm like, oh, you bought Expedition 33. And I tell my wife, I'm like, I'm lucky that you were sitting right there and watched it happen. Otherwise, you were never gonna believe me. So yeah, I have Expedition 33 now.
Yeah.
So I played a little bit, probably only, I don't know, 4-5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I just got the third character,
Mm-hmm.
party member. I'll stay completely spoiler free because I don't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
But combat is really cool.
Yeah.
Combat's fun. It's like deep already. With the I'm forgetting the terms. You find these things in the world by exploration that give you a skill.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what they're called. I'm sorry. It's not a luminary. It's something else. You equip it on a character, and your character gets that skill
Mm-hmm.
or that buff or a boost to a skill or something.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go through enough battles, that thing earns XP. Once you've reached full XP, you earn the luminary, which means now that skill can be permanent without having the thing equipped. It's kind of complicated when I say it that way, but you have enough luminary slots to do that. So you can really tinker with, even just a few hours in. Every time I get one, I'm pausing, getting into the menu, tinkering the way I want it, how I want this character to be built versus how I want this character to be built. And that's my favorite part. That's the JRPG fan in me.
Mm-hmm.
I think that itch being scratched is all the tinkering is super fun. And combat is obviously turn-based, very Persona-esque in terms of like menu style and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of fun. Exploration wise, feels a lot like God of War.
Yeah.
Pretty linear, but it has like little paths and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And going down those paths is rewarding because you can find these things that I can't remember the name of. I should have wrote this stuff down. But yeah, it's. I think you'll feel right at home. I know you got your collector's edition, so I'm sure you're planning on playing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll feel right at home. It's with the exploration and stuff like that. The combat might be a learning curve for you, but I haven't found it particularly hard.
Mm-hmm.
Just maybe, oh, I didn't fight that one the right way. I gotta try again.
Yeah.
It does have dodge mechanics and parry mechanics.
Okay.
I've not managed to do parries. You will have to dodge. You will have to at least get your timing down for dodging.
Okay.
And I think it's on purpose that you obviously when you get into a fight with a new enemy, you have no idea what their skills are or what their moves are.
Mm-hmm.
Their timing of their moves, because they always do the thing where they like wind up their sword and they pause for an indeterminate amount of time and then swing. So you're always mistiming things, but it can be difficult because you don't know the timing and you get hit and now you got to try to recover from that. So I have failed, I think once or twice, where it's like, okay, if I can get the timing down, this will be a breeze. And if I can pull this move set off, it'll be a breeze.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of fun, even just 5 or 6 hours in. So I'm excited to keep going. The music is incredible. The art style is really cool. Character designs are really cool. The world is beautiful. I mean, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
I know you will. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's a lot of the reason that I did decide to go for the collectors, because I am a bit of a game collector, at least for things that I like. And first of all, the fact that it seems to be a pretty big, like a decent sized game.
Oh yeah.
Regular price is only $50, so
Hmm.
getting the collectors was $20 more. So just the price of a regular game.
Yeah.
So that kind of made it worth it for me. And then just everything I've heard about it, like with, you know, the story, the exploration. I've obviously seen how beautiful it is. I know you didn't watch Gamescom, but at Gamescom yesterday or whenever it was, um, they had a performance of one of the songs from the game.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was beautiful. It was just a woman singing in French, I believe.
Yeah,
And then
French.
a guy playing the guitar, but it was great.
That's pretty cool.
Definitely, it seems like it's going to hit all of the, the sad boy vibes that obviously both of
Yes.
us are into.
Yep. There's plenty of sad boy vibes.
Yeah. And I'm glad, like, I was going to play it either way. Like, I probably, had I not seen that special edition was coming out, I probably would have bought it and started playing it this week.
Mhm.
But once I saw that, I was like, okay, I can wait a little bit. It'll come out at the end of October, which actually is probably better for me because it's like my work slows down around then, so I'll have more
Sure.
time to fully invest in it.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I think I am, even though I don't have really any experience with turn-based combat. Like everything I'm hearing about it makes me think like it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah. I think it helps that it has the dodge and parry mechanics. 'Cause
Hmm.
I think a lot of people don't like turn-based because they find it slow,
Hmm.
and I mean you can't just like mash square to beat an enemy. Not saying that other games are like that, but I think the turn-based. I mean, you got to read all your skills. I love turn-based combat because it's you got to think through. You got to think through your move now, and in 2 or 3 moves, you just got to think ahead,
Hmm.
and it's really fun. And this combat system is really good. And so far, I think it's easy to understand.
Yeah.
It's you'll be fine.
Yeah. I think when I think about turn-based combat, like you have a better understanding of it than I do. Like when I think about it, I think of like Pokemon, where
Uh,
you do your move and then, you know, the animation plays out and then they do their move and then like you might be able to
yeah,
do something to like jump ahead of their move or something, but it's pretty like back and forth, and it doesn't seem like this is like that. It's a little bit more fluid.
way more fluid. I
Mhm.
will say, as a turn-based fan, Pokemon is one of my least
Yeah.
favorite
Yeah.
turn-based games because it
Mhm.
is so slow,
Yeah.
and so I understand that.
Hmm.
But no, this feels way different.
Good. Well, then I am looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to you playing it as well.
Yeah. We'll have to have a conversation after, you know, after I start
Yeah,
that, and kind of at that point you might have beaten it, but
yeah,
and kind
yeah.
of
We can. It's not often we're playing the same game, so maybe we'll have like a little
yeah.
spoiler
Hmm.
cast once we're both done with it.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Jake, you want to walk us through Gamescom?
Yeah. Let me
Did you watch the pre-show? Was Kyle Bossman doing his thing?
I did not watch the pre-show.
Okay.
I kind of actually started the showcase late, so I had to go
Okay.
back and like start from where the actual opening night live started. But
Kyle Bossman is a YouTuber I like.
mhm.
He's pretty funny, and he does like the pre-show. he he tries to make them comedic.
Mhm.
Sometimes he just kind of swings and misses. So I was wondering if it was any good. I'll have to go find it.
Yeah. No, I didn't catch any of that. There is one thing pretty early on that I think I mean, I know that you'll enjoy. I don't know if you've seen it already. There is going to be a Monster Hunter update, and
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
it's a crossover with Final Fantasy 14.
I did see this.
Mm-hmm.
They did it with Monster Hunter World as well.
Okay.
Where they added a monster called Behemoth, and
Mm-hmm.
I never fought it in World because it was supposed to be the hardest monster
Yeah.
in the game,
Mm-hmm.
and so I never tried it. But yes, I will. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Just looking at the. Um, oh, okay, so it looks like some Monster Hunter stuff will also be making its way into Final Fantasy 14. So
Yep.
that's kind of cool. Like, get it
Yeah,
kind
I
of.
like that. They're completely different companies too, so it's just kind of fun to see a little bit of crossover like that.
Mhm. But yeah, there's the Gamescom. It felt like there was a lot, but also not a lot. Like, there
Yeah,
was a
kind of
lot of
scrolling through the
stuff, but
headlines.
not much that really like piqued my interest. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but just scrolling through here, there are a couple things. Like, obviously, they started it off with talking about Call of Duty,
Yep, got
which,
a release date for the Dutes.
yeah, which, I mean, whatever. Like,
You guys will buy it.
we
You guys will
will.
buy
I mean, I will probably.
it.
But I just like nothing excites me about Call of Duty anymore, especially
Yeah.
like when they just keep doing the same series. It's like this is the seventh Black Ops game. Like, and they're bringing in, they have a new protagonist, but he's a Mason. So I don't know
Okay.
I don't know if he's like Alex Mason's son or something like that, but
It's his
um,
great grandchild.
I don't know. Like, I'm not really sure where it takes place in the world, but they're doing like,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to get into like the uh, psychedelic stuff. So, like, there's a bunch of parts, at least in what the campaign looked like. There's parts where like the hallways were like shifting and stuff, and like there's it was a bunch of like world breaking going on around it, and just it's fine, but you know it doesn't even feel like Call of Duty anymore. It kind of feels like like I thought it was Control when they first showed it.
Yeah.
I thought it
Yeah.
was like a sequel to Control, and then they showed Call of Duty. I was like, oh, okay. Like,
Oh wait. Yeah, okay.
um, so yeah, we got a release date on that. Um, they had a trailer for Lords of the Fallen 2, which was very graphic.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like I don't remember exactly what all went, but it was violent. Like, it was. They did not shy away from some of the scenes in that. Uh, so that's coming out 2026, I guess. I don't know if they had a specific release date for that. Um, they are making an anime for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice,
I saw
which
that. That might be cool.
I thought that was pretty cool. That's one that
Of
I.
all the of all the Souls games, that one piques my interest the most.
Mhm. Yeah, that's another one in the line of Souls games where I played like an hour or two of it, and I was not good enough to
Really?
play it. Um,
Yeah.
but it's a very. I always thought that the story is very interesting, so that might be one. Like, I'm not a big, like a super big anime person, but that might be one for me to check out.
Hmm.
Um, there's gonna be a Lego Batman game, so that'll be a
Sweet.
good time for
That
some
should
people.
be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, I like Lego games. That's just not something that I ever really get excited about.
I mean, I like building Legos. I'm not gonna play a game though. Sequel to Black Myth Wukong,
Yeah.
Black Myth Zhongqi. Sorry, that's probably not how you pronounce that.
I think you're close,
Um,
actually.
yeah, it's not a sequel, but like the next game from that
Hmm.
studio.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Hmm.
People like that.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be interesting. This showcase had a lot of games that I find interesting, but I don't think I'm brave enough to play. Um,
Yeah,
it's like, they had a trailer, like a story trailer for Resident Evil Requiem, which again, I'm sure
too
it's going to be
scary.
great. It's too scary
Yep,
for me.
too scary.
Yeah, like especially that it's first person now. Like for some reason that makes it
Oh,
so much
this
worse.
one's this one's first person too, huh?
Yeah. So, you know, I'm happy for everybody who is excited for that one. I will maybe watch somebody play it. Uh
Yeah, I'll watch it on YouTube. That's
yeah.
fine.
Same thing with Silent Hill F. Like I know
Yeah, well,
people are
me
super
too.
excited for a new Silent Hill game, but yeah, I can't do it. That that's too much for me.
Agreed.
Um what else here?
Yeah, see, I'm scrolling
There was
quite a
a
bit, a lot of stuff.
it was like a 2 hour showcase or something.
Yikes.
Um there is going to be a DLC for the Indiana Jones game.
Okay.
Which I still plan to play at some point, you know. I I wanted to wait until it got on PlayStation cuz I have
It
an
is now,
Xbox,
right?
but it's an Xbox One and I don't even know if it came out on that. I also just don't care to play
Sure.
Xbox. Um
It's on PlayStation now,
it
right?
is, yeah. I think it came out in like February or something.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's one that I honestly just forget about. Like, and it's another game that I'll have to spend $70 on. So like, it's not something I'm really itching to like
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
blow money on. Like, I'm sure it'll be good. I'm sure it is good. Like I've heard of people say it's great, but it's like one that I'm more comfortable waiting for like a sale on that one, like
Yeah.
around the
Yep.
holidays. But yeah,
Definitely.
that's getting a story DLC. Um,
The big one I see here is Hollow Knight confirmed for 2025.
yeah,
Hollow
um,
Knight Silk Song,
that's one that people have been
which
waiting a long time for.
yeah, that Xbox is desperately trying to make part of their sales pitch.
Yeah,
It's honestly gotten a little pathetic, I think, but yeah, apparently 2025, no date, but
well,
we'll see.
it's at the point where it's kind of become a meme. Like they
Yeah.
announced it what like 2018, 2019 or something,
Yeah. Yeah.
and like every big showcase, every Nintendo showcase, it's always like I'll always see in the comments like Silk Song question mark. Like
Yep.
it's
That's all it is.
for everything. It's to the point where it's been in development so long that people are like, I don't even know if this is real. I don't know if it exists
Yeah.
anymore.
And you know what? A small team like Team Cherry, they're not released. They don't have live service games to
Hmm.
help supplement anything.
Hmm.
What have they been doing? Like, have they just been not making any money this whole time? I'm sure they get funding from investors and stuff like that, but it just seems so strange to me that they took this long to come out. I'd be interested to hear, like, get some inside reporting on this game's development and release and stuff.
Yeah, I in no way am I an expert on this topic. I played like maybe 2 hours of Hollow Knight, and
Yeah,
that game is fucking hard, man. Like,
I did too. Yeah, it's too hard.
yeah. Um, but I don't know if like maybe they weren't even planning on it being it's like on making it a series. Maybe it was just going to be a one and done, and then they saw how people like fell in love with the first game, and they were like, "Oh shit! Like we got to make this happen now." And like
Yeah, I
maybe
mean,
we're
maybe it's
figuring
a
it out on the
studio of
way.
like maybe it's a studio of like 8 people. You know, I
Yeah.
don't know. So maybe that's why it's taking them so long. Which is fine. Make a good game. I
Yeah.
don't care. I'm just interested.
Yeah. I'm very happy for the people who get to play it, um, who have been waiting this long, and I'm glad that
Hmm.
they did take their time with it, because as we've seen, countless times over the years, like when games are rushed out before they're ready, it taints the entire reputation of the series.
Yeah, and the developers.
Yeah.
So if this game comes out and it's a freaking hit,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that'll be good.
Hmm. So yeah,
Mm.
there was more in here. I'm having trouble remembering. Like,
Yeah, I'm scrolling. There's so much, but so much like stuff I don't recognize. This is all really new stuff.
yeah, another one that
Uh,
falls into the category of games that look really cool, uh, but I don't know if I'm brave enough to play them. Is Chronos: The
yeah.
New Dawn.
Okay.
Um, it kind of looks a little bit Dead Spacey, um, but I don't know. Something about it's like very intriguing to me. But I also don't think I'm brave enough uh, to fully pull the trigger on that one. I'll have to kind of
Yeah,
see what it looks like.
I agree. There's one up here, Onimusha Wear the Sword. I think that's a Capcom
Hmm.
game. Looks too scary. Just the thumbnail of the video is too scary.
Yeah.
Don't play scary games.
And then
Man,
probably
this
the
yeah, this is
game that I'm the most excited for this year, Ghost of Yote, um,
yeah.
did get a new trailer. Uh, didn't show too much. Kind of like a lot of stuff that we've already seen. But it did talk about they're going to be adding the Legends DLC, which they also have on Ghost of Tsushima. And
Okay.
I believe it's like kind of an. I've never actually played it myself, so I don't really know what all it entails, but I believe it's like an online multiplayer kind of aspect of the game, which
Okay.
also has some story elements to it. Um, so that's cool that they're already announcing like they're going to be adding content to it before the game even comes out. Um, but just in general, I'm excited for that game after finally completing the first one. Um,
Yeah.
that more than likely is going to be my, as long as it's good, it's probably going to be my
Good.
game of the year.
Yeah. That'll be a good one for sure.
Mm-hmm. Um,
Um, I kind of reached the end of my article and nothing really jumped out at me.
yeah, I'm, to be honest, I like, with that being the most recent showcase, I figure we should at least skim through and
Yeah.
kind of see
Skim it.
the
Yeah.
most recent news, especially since we haven't taught we haven't done this in so long.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but there wasn't a whole lot on there that I was like, you know, I think
I
I
mean,
fell asleep for like 15 minutes or something there. Um,
and you missed 7 trailers.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, it seems like it'd be worth a watch because there's a lot of games I've never heard of. Um,
yeah.
just to kind of see how things, see what their trailers look like.
Hmm.
It might be, yeah, that'd be a good one to watch.
That's something I think I've realized about watching showcases. Like, even if they're games that I don't personally think I'm gonna play, I'm always intrigued by what's going on in the industry. It's like
Yeah,
there was a we might have talked about this uh at some point, but there was a Nintendo partner showcase like a few
yeah,
weeks back, and there wasn't really anything in it that I was that excited about, but I still wanted to watch it just to see like, you know, what is being done in the industry, like what things are being worked on.
yeah. There were several uh, games on there that I was really interested in.
Hmm.
Um, but that reason you just said is the reason I watch the Wholesome Games Direct every year.
Yeah.
Just it's usually very small developers making cute, wholesome, small games, and
Hmm.
it's just really cool to see the ideas that these small creative companies come up with.
Hmm.
And there's not always anything that like, oh, I want to play that,
Yeah.
but it's just cool to be like, oh, that's so cool that somebody's making this cool creative project.
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
Especially if it's like, a game that is made by like one or two people and it's just like a passion project of them. Like, even
Definitely,
if it's
yeah,
not my type of game at all, like I still support people going out and making something, like,
yeah,
putting their
that's
heart and
cool.
soul into um this thing that didn't have like a bunch of backing from like a major corporation. Like, it was
Yeah,
just something they wanted to do and they did it.
am I gonna go play a game about a little duck delivering mail? No, I'm not, but I'm glad it exists.
Yeah.
I'm glad that that person got to make that game,
Yeah.
and I'll support it.
Hmm. But yeah, that's kind of all my thoughts that I had on Gamescom. Like, I'm sure there's stuff that I'm forgetting on there, but
Yeah,
Gamescom is
that's
always
okay.
like, it kind of falls in this spot where it's not really part of the summer showcases like Summer Game Fest, or
Mm-hmm.
like when all of the companies do their own thing. Like, it's like 2 months after that, so I've kind of forgotten about everything that's going on there. But it's not quite in like the end of the year where we get like the game awards, and like there's a bunch of exciting stuff with that. It kind of just is in this awkward spot where like I usually forget it's happening. Um,
Yeah, same.
or like if I do catch it, like I feel like I already kind of know a lot of the stuff that is being shown, or it's like they're giving updates on things that we saw at Summer Game Fest.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that was stuff that's already been revealed.
yeah, and so like I'm sure there was stuff. I know there were, world premieres in there, and I'm sure there's stuff that people are excited about. I just like for the life of me, I can't remember like what was cool about it.
Yeah, I agree, and I didn't even bother trying to watch it,
Hmm.
so I'm part of the problem too. But all right, let's move on. You got a note here about HBO, The Last of Us.
Yes, sir.
Who
So
fill us in?
I don't know if we ever talk about season 2 of The Last of Us on here.
Thought so.
I don't know if we
At
ever.
least
Okay,
maybe not
so
on the podcast, but me and you
we
definitely
definitely, yeah, we definitely discussed
did.
it.
Yeah.
But if we didn't discuss how season 2 went, I think I'll touch on it at least. Um, at the time, I enjoyed it. Um,
Hmm.
and I think like you can probably go back in previous episodes and hear me kind of defending uh what they were doing. But the more time that has passed and the more like I've thought about the season as a whole, it's got me like thinking much differently about it. Um,
Really?
I
Okay.
still think the acting was great. Um, like I will always give props to Bella Ramsey, Pedro, Caitlin Deaver as Abby. I thought she did a great job, and I'm excited to see how she progresses in the next season. Um, but just from a writing standpoint, there was a lot of stuff that just kind of missed, and
Yeah, I definitely agree.
that's where this news definitely does not give me high hopes. Neil Druckmann, the writer and creator of The Last of Us, and Hallie Gross, who had a big part in writing uh, The Last of Us Part 2, have both left the HBO show.
Okay, so Hallie, I was wondering who this Hallie was.
Yeah,
She worked on the game
yeah, she
part two.
wrote. She basically co-wrote Last of Us 2 with Neil, um, and
Well, who's left writing the HBO one? Just Craig
Craig
Mazin?
Mazin, and you know,
Rumor is that he's the reason this writing was a little off this season.
yeah, the kind of word on the grapevine is that all of the issues that people had with the writing this season was primarily him. Um, like,
Which is weird because he was obviously involved in season one as well.
yeah,
Was
and
was maybe Neil kind of pushed to the side? Like I can imagine maybe Neil was stuck working on Intergalactic,
mhm,
um, Naughty Dog's new game. So maybe he wasn't as much of a presence and wasn't able to,
mhm.
and maybe that's why Neil or Craig Mazin had to kind of maybe take a bigger role. Maybe that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know that Neil was a big part of season one, um, because they talked, um, they put out a podcast after every episode, which they did in season two as well, where they
Hmm.
would talk about it. And Neil and Craig, it seemed like they were working like, you know, pretty much equally on this. And like they kind of would bounce ideas off of each other. Um, and at least from the outside, it doesn't sound like there was much different, but it felt different in season two. Like
Very
it felt
different.
like there were a lot of changes to the not necessarily to the story, but the way that the story was told, and specifically to characters that
Yeah,
just really felt
the
off.
Ellie being the most
Yeah,
prominent
Ellie.
shift.
There's a couple videos I saw talking about this, and the title of one hits it pretty well on the head. Is Craig Mazin doesn't understand Ellie.
Yeah.
Um, like the way that she was written in this season. I feel like I've told you this. I can't remember if I've said it on the podcast, but they made her seem dumb.
Yeah.
And
Just a
Ellie
dumb idiot.
is many things. She's impulsive. She can be kind of childish at times, but she's not stupid.
No.
And like
No.
the way that they wrote her is just like the decisions that she would make don't make any sense. And
Yeah.
like the I'm one thing that I did praise them on is they made Dina a bigger part of the season and actually
Yeah.
made
And
her
we
like
love
kind of the planner of the two of them, which is
we love
cool
Dina. We
because
love us some Dina.
yeah, like she was
But they
played
were
very well too.
hmm but in the game they were more of a team.
Yeah,
In
like
in the show it's Ellie following Dina pretty much.
yeah, like in the game, I think Dina was still a big part of it, especially
Hmm.
um spoilers, like if you haven't seen any of this, but like once Ellie finds out that Dina is pregnant, and she doesn't go out on like the mission with her anymore, she becomes like the planner. She's the one listening to the radio and like mapping out where everybody is. Um,
Yeah.
and they did that in the show, but it was kind of like she took over the whole mission.
Cat interruption.
Yeah. But like it was to the point like and you see it very early on, like after Joel's death, when Ellie decides that she's gonna go to Seattle, Dina shows up at her place and Ellie just has like a bunch of guns, but she doesn't have like any food, any medicine. Like she's not thinking about what she's gonna do to survive at all. And that's not how Ellie would be. Like
No.
she would be impulsive and she would want to get on the road right away, but she's not gonna like go out completely unprepared.
Yeah, and just the differences where Ellie was injured and couldn't leave for Seattle right away. Like, why was that written into the show? What purpose was there to add a time gap in there?
Yeah.
Tommy, it's been a while since I've watched the show.
Hmm.
Tommy didn't go first, right? He
No.
leaves.
Yeah.
He tells in the game he tells Ellie, "Give me a day" or something like that
Hmm.
to convince
Maria.
Maria to send people, and he knows Maria's not going to send anybody, so he goes
Yeah.
to do his thing, and then Ellie chases him to save him too. But in the show, that's not it's not how it happens. It's like you're changing some pretty big character moments,
Hmm.
that just aren't clicking the same as the show because or as the game. Because the game does a perfect job at showing how impulsive Ellie is, how reckless she is,
Hmm.
how how, the mistakes she's making without making her seem like an idiot.
Yeah.
Whereas the show feels like in order to show how reckless she is, she has to be dumb.
Yeah.
She has to make silly jokes and say she wants to turn back a bunch of times
Yeah.
and drops the tank lid or something
Yeah.
like that. And,
Like,
and just so many things were done to try to show that Ellie doesn't know what she's doing. And I disagree with it. Ellie isn't dumb.
yeah. I I kind of think about the way I think back to the way I talked about the show when it was happening, and I really just wanted it to be good, and I would kind of justify the things they were doing in my head.
Me
So
what me watching season 1 of The Witcher
yeah, like
and season 2 and season 3.
watching the entire
I'll do
series of The Witcher,
I'll do it in season 4 as well.
like it was me more justifying the way like I wanted it to be good. I wanted it to be the best show on television because
Yeah,
it's
of
the
course.
best story that I like. It's my favorite piece of media ever, the game.
And the hard part is that season 1 did a good job at
Yeah,
that. It
season one.
was one of the best TV shows.
Yeah. So I wanted so badly to justify the choices that they made. And I do agree with some of the stuff they did. But like the more I thought about it, like the complaint I kept hearing and I kept trying to like justify was that Ellie is not serious enough on the show, like for most of the mission, because she would, like she'd be making jokes, and she kept saying to Dina, like, do you like, should we turn back? Do you want to turn back?
Yeah.
And in the game, she was not like, she was so laser focused on the mission that it drove a rift between her and Dina. Like,
Yeah.
that's the point
Which
of,
sh- which showed her recklessness.
yeah,
That she was willing to put her mission in front of Dina
yeah,
when she probably shouldn't have.
yeah.
But
It shows, because that's the entire theme of the game, is like the lengths you will go to get revenge, no matter the consequences for you or the
yeah.
people around you. And in the show, it was kind of just like, well, we hit this minor speed bump. Do you want to turn around? Like, or,
Yeah.
and like, um, how like casual and kind of silly she was being the entire season. Cause like Ellie, when she's, you know, when she's younger, before, all of this traumatic things has happened, she is very goofy. She has her joke book that she brings
Yeah.
out at times. Like, that's cool. Like
Will Livingston. Yeah.
yeah, it was,
I remember the name.
yeah. Like, and I think they were like trying to remind people of that, like how, Ellie is like, still this like goofy kid. But the thing is, like, she's like,
She's not.
yeah, she
she's
has had, her
changed,
world has
and
crumbled around her
yeah, she
in,
Heisenberged,
yeah, like, and I kept trying like to justify as like, like Ellie, she is, it's her sense of humor. Like the one that everybody got mad at was her when she found out Dina was pregnant. She's like, I'm gonna be a dad. Like,
In the moment, I thought that was
that
pretty
was a
funny.
funny joke. It was
In
like,
hindsight, I'm like, man, I
like I don't, I'm I'm gonna say like I'm not bothered by like, the the politics around whether or not she should have said that or anything. What
yeah,
bothered me now thinking about it again is just how not like playful she should have been throughout the entirety of that. Like that joke should have never seen the light of day because
yeah,
like in the game when she finds out Dean is pregnant, she's pissed.
she's
She's like, you're
pissed.
a like she's
Calls her an inconvenience.
like she was like, Dina says like I didn't want to be a burden. It's like, well, you are now.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
and
Which is pretty
which is
harsh. And then like
is
she
harsh.
leaves the next day. Like she leaves Dina on her own the
Yeah.
next day, and it's not. I mean, Ellie gets pretty upset.
Yeah.
So
Like,
huge departure.
yeah, there's, and we could probably talk for 3 hours
Yeah,
just about
we could.
this season, but you know, the the fact that Neil and Hallie are both leaving, people who brought this story to life originally, like, does not give me high hopes for the future of the show.
And arguably is the most important. Season 3, I think, is going to be the most important part, is hearing Abby's side of the story.
Yeah.
Because, season 2 is supposed to teach you to absolutely hate Abby
Mm-hmm.
for doing what she did. And season 3 is supposed to bring you back to understand why she was justified in what she did.
Yeah.
So this is pretty big. This is important, and hopefully it gets written correctly.
Yeah. I mean, it's frustrating to think about because like I feel like the way they started this show with the first season, having the original creator of the game involved like very heavily, and
Yeah.
they kept true to the parts of the game that they needed to, but then the changes they made actually felt better in some ways.
Way better. Yeah.
Like it completely turned around the image of video game adaptations, which, up until that point, there was a few good ones, but for the most part, like video game adaptations have been almost entirely bad. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
or they've been like the original creators haven't been involved to that level.
Yeah.
So like the end product felt more like a cash grab that didn't understand the original uh the original medium.
Mm-hmm.
Where with season 1 they fully got it. Like they completely understood what they were going for and it worked perfectly, and I think it brought an entirely new group of fans into this series. But then with season 2 being the way that it was, I think they just drove kind of everybody out, including the new people. Because
Yeah.
fans of the game are seeing it like, that's not how it happened. That doesn't make any sense. And then the people who are seeing it just watching the show, I think still will have that idea of like, well, why did like that doesn't even feel like the same character from the first season.
Yeah. My mom watched season 1, really liked it,
Yeah.
and even she was a little turned away by season 2. She really didn't understand where things were going,
Mm-hmm.
or why, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, even to a completely casual person who knows nothing about the games, yeah, gets turned away. It was fun, like telling her, like, oh no, in the game this actually happened. She's
Yeah.
like, oh no way. I'm like, yeah, it's fun just
Yeah.
to fill people in on what, like, quote unquote really happened.
Hmm. And we can move on from this, but I just have to
Sure.
mention in the last episode of season 2, when Ellie is on her mission to get Abby the um at the aquarium, you know, what this entire season has been building for, she, her boat capsizes. She just happens to land on the
I was gonna
Seraphite
bring this
Island,
up.
which is miles away,
Miles away.
and you know, gets captured by the
How?
Seraphites. They're about to, you know, tie her up and
Gut her.
gut her, and then they hear a commotion back in their town, and they just leave her there.
Just no,
What?
we'll come back. They showed no mercy throughohout this entire show.
No. And even in the show, like they show them gut somebody. Like,
Yeah.
they have no mercy. Like, they are there is no way at all that she would, one, wash up there, because
And not
she is
drown.
miles offshore at that point, and not
then,
drown. Two,
yeah.
no way her boat is gonna end up there. Like, or there's just a boat on shore, like right where she is on shore, because that's not where the town is. Like, the actual Seraphite town is on the other side of the island, so there's no reason there should be a boat right there. And then for them, even though they hear the commotion, like at the other side, for them not to just like cut her throat and then go makes no sense.
Would have taken fraction of a second. That whole sequence was baffling. Because knowing what is going to happen, like, oh, she's going into the aquarium, capsizes, ends up on the Seraphite Island miles away. Like, the whole sequence lasts maybe a minute.
Yeah.
And she's back at the aquarium.
Yeah.
What was the point? What were you trying to show that? Because they asked the child if they should kill her, right? And the child says yes. But then they stop with the commotion when the bombs go off. Were they just trying to prove that even the children are evil, quote unquote? And I don't get what they're trying to prove. They could have shown it some other way.
I mean, and they
so
already
weird.
I think in the episode they already have the part where her and Jesse are out, like, making their way to the aquarium, and they come across a Seraphite kid that gets captured by the wolves, and like that already, Ellie already has like kind of the moral question of like, it's just a kid. Do I step in even though it's
right,
harmful to me? Like, they were already asking those questions. So just like then having a Seraphite kid be the one to like, no, kill her, like, I can understand what they were going for, but having that entire sequence where she has to go to their island, which is completely out of the way and doesn't make any sense how she would get there, just for like a little 2-minute segment being like, oh, well, it turns out the kids, like, maybe they're not as innocent as you think. It's like,
yeah, even the children are evil.
Why?
But, yeah, just the whole, it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
And it felt like a deleted scene. Like, it was supposed to be cut out and someone forgot to cut it out.
Like,
because it didn't make sense.
They
and I felt that way before early on. Like I felt like scenes were out of order.
Yeah.
I can't remember specifically, but it might have been the episode that the Seraphites were introduced. It's like why put this scene here and not put it further in the episode here? Like I felt like it would have felt more natural. Where there's you always hear show don't tell in cinema.
Mm-hmm.
And writing and stuff like that, and there's so much tell, like,
Yeah.
oh, this and that, oh, we're evil,
They
or
kind
they
of,
think we're evil, I don't know.
where in season 1 there was more like subtlety in how they talked about different groups and like the characters' relationships and stuff like that. In season
Yeah.
2, it felt like they were just spoon feeding like all of these
Yeah,
themes that
yep.
they could have told with an interesting metaphor, and then they were just like, nope, these people are
Nope.
evil and this is why, and like
Yeah, exactly. And I'll always compare every show to Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
mhm,
But yeah, where Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad don't assume you're dumb, the viewer is
mhm,
dumb. They want you to infer things. They want you to think about this line or this, and like, what's your interpretation of
mhm,
this? Can you try to get inside of Chuck's head and what he meant by that uh by that line, or Jimmy's head and stuff like that. So
mhm.
yeah, it's hard when your favorite show is Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and you're just like, nothing's ever is going to be as good. It just can't do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it also just is frustrating to me because I've seen the show that Craig is known for, Chernobyl, and it's a good show.
which was which was good.
It's a good show. I wouldn't say it's like the best show I've ever seen, but
In terms of its storytelling, though, it's all based off of real events. It didn't
yeah,
require much inferring
yeah,
or nuance in writing or anything like that. So
yeah.
I don't know.
So, in conclusion, with this segment, Neil and Hallie are leaving the show. They claim that it's to focus on Intergalactic, which
I'm
I'm
sure that's true.
glad. I want that game to be good, and both of them, despite what you may think about them as people, they both have a clear track record of making good video games and writing good stories.
Yes, they do.
So fingers crossed that, you know, Craig understands Abby's character a little better and can write her side of the story competently. Um, but as of right now, my hopes are like pretty low for season 3 and on, depending on how long the show is.
Yeah, my hopes are pretty low for season 4 of The Witcher too,
Mm-hmm.
which is sad.
Which that on
Me.
top of, like on top of the like whatever writing changes have been made on the show, like the fact that it's a new Geralt, like
Yeah,
it's always gonna feel a little off. Like,
I can't think of too many shows that change their lead character's actor.
and then continued the show.
Said
Like,
success. I think it's been announced that season 5 will be the final season.
okay.
So they've got to squeeze um, 3 books into 2 seasons, which should be great.
Yeah.
3 biggest books.
Yeah.
But I don't know, whatever. We'll see. I think that comes out. I think it said it's coming out this year. I don't think we have a date though.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Let's see. Do we want to touch on the console prices and then call it a pod?
Yeah, I think we can, we're already almost 2 hours in, so
Yeah, I'd like to keep it around 2 if we can.
yeah. All right. Well, just to bring it back to some gaming news. First of all, the Switch 2 is out.
Switch 2's out.
Yeah.
Neither of us have it.
Neither of us have it. Probably not going to for quite a while. They're going to have to really drop, I hear Donkey Kong's great.
Donkey Kong looks really good.
I did play, so I was at a GameStop recently that had, I didn't even know they still did this, but they had a demo Switch
A
2,
booth
uh,
thingy.
and I played like a 15-minute demo of Donkey Kong, and it is pretty fun. I think I would enjoy
Yeah, it
it.
looks pretty good.
It's not a system seller for me,
No,
um,
me neither.
but that's out. Hopefully, there'll be, um, some more intriguing games, at least for us, in the future.
Hmm.
But on some previous gen news, Nintendo is raising the price on all original Switches. So the OG Switch, the Switch OLED, and the Switch Lite all got, I think, a $50 price jump.
Yeah, which this news brought me back to planet Earth that even Nintendo is a can be a slime ball
Yeah.
corporation
Mm-hmm.
because raising prices on your previous generation is pretty slimy, man. I
That,
mean,
yeah. And that's part of the reason that I'm like less interested in getting the Switch 2, because I just kind of feel gross about Nintendo right now. Like,
yeah, I mean the Switch 1 OLED is $50 less than the Switch 2.
yeah,
That's insane.
that's
How
ridiculous. Like,
there's no way. I don't know. I mean, I don't understand from a very bare bones business perspective that we need to make more money or and supplement the tariffs.
mhm.
I understand that, but it's like why raise prices on previous generation consoles? Are they hoping people accidentally buy that when they think they're buying the Switch 2? Because I can't see what advantage it would have
No,
saying, well, you can just get a Switch 2 for $50 more or $100 more.
that's
That's a lot of money. I don't get it.
that's maybe the, like, honestly, you might be onto something there. It's like them bringing the price closer to the new console. They're like, yeah, you can get this for more money than it was when we released it, or for
5 years
a
ago.
small amount more, you can get the fancy new one that's not in stock anywhere. So you have to wait for it to
Yeah.
uh to ship to you. Like, it doesn't.
I don't follow. Oh my god. Cat. um I don't follow other than they won't take loss,
Yeah,
sell their consoles at a loss, which I've heard several times that Nintendo does not sell their consoles at a loss.
yeah. I
So
think they're one of the only
ever,
ones.
including 8-year-old consoles apparently.
Yeah,
Jesus. Like that's slime ball.
yeah,
And then what was it yesterday? PS5 prices increasing too.
yeah.
That they announced that.
Yeah. All PS5s of all the different kinds got a $50
All of them.
price increase.
Xbox has increased their prices too. I
Yeah,
think that they've already done that.
yeah. Which all of them, you know, cite the tariffs as being
Well,
the,
no, they don't. They
well,
say troubling economic environment,
yeah,
or lawyer speak for
yeah,
tariffs.
yeah. It's the Trump please don't sue us version of tariffs. Like,
Yeah,
so
it's sleazy. I don't like it. Um, I don't know. There has to be a point, and I was thinking about this when the Switch 2 was announced, and all that discourse about how much Mario Kart World was going to cost, where it was going to be an $80 game, but the physical was going to be $90. Turns out that was all hokum. That wasn't even true.
yeah,
But there is going to come a point, and there's probably some fancy economic term for this, but there's going to become a price point where people just won't buy it anymore.
yeah.
And I feel like we're very close to that because me and you are like that. I
Hmm.
would call us maybe an average uh, middle class worker.
Hmm.
We aren't going to spend $70 on just anything.
No,
It's going to be a sequel to our favorite game or a game we've done tons of research into. And if it's gonna go up, even consoles now, like now that these are up, I'm gonna have to start saving. You know, if I want
Yeah.
to switch to, I better start putting $50 a month aside
Yeah.
just to be able to. $550 or whatever it is crazy.
Yeah.
And if you want a disc version PS5, that's
It's
nuts.
$550. Like,
Yeah, and I feel like 80, I could see games going to 80. And after that, they're just going to hurt their own sales numbers.
yeah.
It's people aren't going to do it. But you can see like people buying the deluxe editions to their favorite games because that's their favorite games. I doubt too many casuals are buying the Monster Hunter Wilds deluxe edition
Hmm.
with all the fancy layered armor and emotes and stuff
Hmm.
like that. Like casual people don't care. So I hope game companies don't see those numbers and like, well, people will pay $110 for a game, but no, they won't. That's because it's one of my favorite games in my favorite series. So that's why I'm paying that.
Yeah.
And and something like I don't know, one of those Gamescom games that are gonna sell for $70.
Hmm.
Just a kind of a random game that people haven't really heard of. It's not a sequel to anything. It's not from a studio they know, and I doubt too many casual people pay attention to like the next studio's releases and stuff like that. $80 is gonna be a big turnoff for
Hmm.
people, and I feel like 70 is already a turnoff for people because that's a lot of money, man.
Yeah. I think that when you're looking at the gaming community as a whole, you kind of have to you have to try and remind yourself that not everyone is even as big of an enthusiast as we are. Like, you know, we don't even buy most of the big new games that release, but we kind of
Uh-uh.
keep in touch. Like, we keep track of what's coming, like what's going on.
Mhm.
Most gamers, like most people, especially who are buying consoles, are, they keep track of the games that they play. So, like,
Yeah.
when you're like, you know, and please, more studios start, like, make new games, like put out new things. But when your prices increase along with those titles that people are familiar with, they're going to go for the one that they know. They're not going to
Yeah.
branch out and drop almost $100 on something that they're not even sure they're going to like.
Yeah.
Like,
It's why you see a lot of remakes, remasters, sequels now. You don't see a lot of original stuff because they know it's probably not going to sell very well because nobody knows about it.
yeah, like you have to
But
think about in the last few years, like, there, if you're, I know that the Game Awards is not like the main thing. Like, it's not
sure.
the end all be all of video games, but it is important to look at, like, you know, what new games have come out, and like they obviously have the sections in there that are specific for indie games and for, first time games and stuff like that. But when was the last time that a completely new IP was in the running for like game of the year? I think like I guess Black Myth um was technically
Yeah.
a new title, but I feel like
Mm,
outside of that it's all like series that already existed.
yeah, that would be interesting to do a deep dive on. Just kind of see how that situation plays out.
Yeah. And like on, you know, kind of still on this topic of consoles, like I've always been a pretty adamant supporter of consoles in general. Um
Of
cuz
course.
I know, a lot of people who are more like enthusiasts in gaming say like, gaming PCs are so much better, and like we both own gaming PCs as well. Um
Mm,
but uh I still believe that for gamers as a whole, consoles have been the better option because they're cheaper. Most games are optimized to them, like what you're gonna get.
yeah.
Where with a
Yep.
PC, you kind of have to invest based on how much performance you're looking for. But the more these console prices increase and the more kind of scummy business they do, uh, with like, raising prices on old consoles and stuff, you're inching closer to the prices that people would pay for like a lower level PC. And
Yeah.
in doing so, you're pushing out your audience that you've had for however many years. Like, there's people who have probably owned every single PlayStation or Xbox up until this point and had no interest in moving to PCs because the games that they wanted to play have always been on console and it's always been cheaper and
Yep.
usually runs just fine. But
Yeah, yeah. I mean, gaming on PC like exclusively sounds kind of like a nightmare to
yeah,
me. Um, just because Monster Hunter Wilds, I have not had an issue on my PS5. It's overwhelmingly negative on Steam
yeah,
just because of mostly performance.
yeah,
And Capcom from the beginning said you are going to need a rig to play this.
yeah,
So set yourself up. And I feel like most of those negative reviews are probably coming from people that maybe have last year's graphics card and don't have the top CPU, but it's kind of unfair that you need to have a $1,500 graphics card
yeah,
to be able to run my $70 game, and that's a lot to ask of people. And like me and you were having this conversation before we started recording, just how expensive it is to just live right now,
yeah,
let alone our hobbies are trying to pay for our hobbies. And like we're already getting priced out of things.
yeah,
I'm sure lots of other people are. It's only in it's only gonna get worse. They're gonna want to raise the prices even more, and then we'll just never do it. I'm to the point where I'm buying like one game a year
yeah,
because there's lots of games I want to play, but I just add them on the wish list and wait till they go on sale.
yeah,
I doubt there's too many people that are buying 2 to 4 $70 games every single month because holy crap, you'd be buried.
yeah,
You'd have no money. You never have time to play them anyway, so you just have a gigantic backlog.
yeah. Like,
So
it makes me think about the times when, I know that game prices haven't increased that much in the last, 10 years. Like, it was $60 for forever.
I would make the argument that sales numbers have like quintupled though.
Yeah,
That's my argument for that.
yeah.
Anyway,
But
sorry. Go ahead.
like, it makes me think back to the times, when I was like fresh out of college where I'd buy probably like 10 to 20 new games a year. And I would play
Yeah.
a good amount. Like, I wasn't very good at finishing them, but I would play a lot of them. And I
And still buy
spent,
them, yeah.
but in the last few years, like, I can probably count on one hand the amount of new games I've bought in any given year. And
Yeah.
actually, like, because it's getting to the point where I can't justify buying this new $70 game that I'm not 100% sure I'm going to put a lot of time in.
Yeah.
Like, I have to be pretty confident on, you know, this is going to be a time sink for me when, uh, you know, it's that much of an investment. Like, I'm sure I've bought some other games like through sales and stuff,
Oh yeah.
but
Most of the games I buy are on sale.
yeah, that's where most of my game purchases are going to be. Like, especially if I'm not 100% confident that I'm going to be like fully invested in it, I'm not paying full
Yeah.
price for it. Like,
Yeah.
there's a reason that the there's one game this year that that I'm looking forward to, that I'm going to pay full price for, and it's Ghost of Yotei, and that's because I played the first one and I really enjoyed it.
Yep.
Like, you're just making it harder and harder for people to justify taking a chance on a new game
Yeah.
that they're going to have to spend that
It's
much money on.
it's why I forced myself to only buy Monster Hunter Wilds, because I knew I was gonna like it. I played the previous Monster Hunters. It's why I bought that, and I didn't allow myself to try Kingdom Come Deliverance 2
Mm-hmm.
or some other damn game that I wanted to play.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it just goes on a wish list, and maybe in 2 or 3 years it'll be $45, and I'll buy it and play it then. I'm in no hurry.
Yeah. Like, I'm thinking about it now, and I like the only new games that I can think of that I've bought this year at full price was South of Midnight, which I don't think I ever talked about on here, but is a game that I was interested in for a long time, and I did play through the whole thing. Like,
Was that a full price game?
I think it was 50, maybe.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly. But that's a game that I did, immediately play all the way through, start to finish, as soon as I got it. And then the
That's
only other
good.
new game that I can think of that I bought right away was Tony Hawk. And that's a
Yeah.
game that, I've been playing the series my entire life, basically. So,
Something like South of Midnight did take a risk and is a brand new IP from I think an established studio, right? I can't remember
yeah,
who it is.
I would say they're probably like a double A studio. Like, they're
Yeah,
not quite triple A, but they have some titles that people are familiar with.
right. But only $50.
Yeah.
50 is, I don't know. It's only a difference of $20, but it feels more
It feels so
acceptable.
much more
It's like,
reasonable because, like,
yeah,
you know,
it's only
once you,
$50.
it's weird to look at it this way, but even the $60 one, it's like, oh, it's just a little bit more than 50. Like, it's just a little bit,
Yeah,
like, it's not too crazy. But then once you get to 70, you're like, you're closer to $100 now. Like,
yeah. There's got to be some sort of economic term that it's like, okay,
yeah,
now we're 60 is that you're already teetering on that. 70 now is like, yeah, I can't.
yeah. So I don't know. Things are not looking great in the gaming space right now.
They're not,
I think,
but games are still fun.
yeah. I
I enjoy
mean,
video games.
I'm like, when it comes to video, like, there's never gonna be a time for, I don't think, where I give up on video games as a whole.
Oh,
Um,
never. I'll be in the nursing home
yeah,
playing video games. It doesn't matter.
yeah. I'm gonna ride this till the wheels fall off, but
Yep.
you know, it's getting to the point where, my uh like the amount I contribute, like how much money I contribute to it, like, is gonna go way down because I just
Yeah.
can't afford to, you know, buy every game that I want to play. It's not reasonable for 90% of people.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be interested if you, dear viewer, stumble across this. Tell us your thoughts on this. I'd be really interested to know what the masses think about this. Do you buy every new game that looks cool to you, or do you have to sit and do research and kind of think through your purchases to make sure it's going to be worth the $70 to you? Because to get a $70 game and bounce off of it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I definitely don't like that.
And especially, I know we've been talking on this for a while, but especially like with the shift away from physical media and into all digital, you no longer have that out of where, like, you buy a game, it's not really for you. Maybe you can return it or like trade it in at GameStop
Yeah.
and, get credit towards something else. Like, most of the time now, once you get, it's yours. You know,
Yeah.
Like,
I
you
I
kind of got
checked
to
into
deal with
getting
that. Like,
yeah, I checked into getting a refund for Expedition 33
yeah,
right away, and if you even download your purchase, you can't
done.
return it.
Yep.
And nobody's doing that. So
There was something on
even
PlayStation
if
that,
you
like, I had the same thought, and there's nothing you can do. Like,
nope, you can sign up for their what is it, the premium PlayStation Plus tier, and they'll
mhm.
give you game trials in that.
Yeah.
So I mean, if that might be something if you really wanted to do it that way. But
Hmm.
I don't know those. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
I,
So,
I don't have premium. I'm not that rich. I've only got basic.
yeah, like Steam has an interest, like a cool thing. I don't know if they do this for every game, but um, at least for some games, if you play less than 2 hours, you can return it.
Okay.
Um, and like, once you get over that 2 hour playtime, I don't know like how strictly they keep track of that, but you can still return it in that time window. You can't do that on PlayStation and on any
No.
console, as far as I know.
I wonder when that happened. Well, I know this was 6 years ago or whatever, but when Cyberpunk came out, they offered refunds for that. Maybe it's just because so many people were complaining.
Yeah, I think that
Maybe
was
that's
kind of
a
like,
special circumstance, maybe.
yeah, because that game was so broken for everybody. Um,
Yeah.
and like the backlash was so massive and so public, they kind of had to
Yeah.
like come out and be like, okay, yeah, we have so many
Well,
people
yeah.
reaching out to us, like we'll give you your money back. Like,
Yeah.
and CDPR is going to have to, you know, pay us because of it,
Yeah,
which
probably.
I'm sure there were repercussions on the company for that. Um,
Oh, I'm sure.
but yeah, I mean, you know, it's such a big investment now, and there's basically no way out once you do it, to the point where like most people I don't think can justify getting a game that they're not pretty confident they're going to enjoy.
Yeah. Yep. They'll just complain about it online.
Yeah.
Call it woke or something. I don't
Well,
know.
those ones don't play the game.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
They
that's
just
true.
see a
Yes.
woman and then they call it woke.
Exactly. Well, I think that's a good reunion pod for us, Jake.
Yeah.
It's been like 4 months, so we got into a lot. My chair didn't sink as much as I thought it would.
I completely forgot
Only
about that.
it only sunk about that much. I
Okay.
didn't even notice it honestly. So
Not too
it's on the
bad.
mend, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, you want to get us out of here?
Yes, sir. We will try very hard not to take another 4 months off. Well, I don't know. I don't know really what's on the horizon. Ghost of Yote comes out soon, right?
Early October,
Or
yeah.
did we early October? Okay,
Hmm.
so that's not that soon. I'll play some more Monster Hunter, see what this new thing is like. This new um talisman system is like. Play
Hmm.
more Expedition 33. Yeah, so
Yeah.
then I definitely want to go over some cool games that were announced at like the Nintendo Partner Showcase.
Hmm.
Some things at Summer Games Fest. So we'll save all that stuff
Yeah.
for next episode.
Yeah. Maybe sometime soon, maybe each of us can kind of go through like all of the showcases from the last few months and put together our own list of things that we're interested in.
Definitely. And I think even last time or the time before, I think we promised some book discussions too.
Yeah.
Um, because I know I've been reading through. I haven't been reading a whole lot lately, but I'm most of the way through the Stormlight Archive
Hmm.
by Brandon Sanderson. That's been a ride, and I have thoughts on that. So we should have some content coming up soon, Jake.
Yeah. Well, we'll make a point to do this again soon and kind of try and fill that gap a little bit between the next like major releases that we're talking about.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for watching the A to Jump podcast. I am Justin of Justin Games. He is Gooba of Gooba and Jetpack. And we will see you in the next one. Keep on gaming.
Keep on gaming.
I didn't forget that time.
Yeah.